And good afternoon. Thank you, Denise, for joining us today. What are you planning? This looks like fun.
It's I'm so happy that those that have come are here. We do programming every summer at our library, and coming up with ideas that are accessible that work for everyone is just part of my rhythm. And I thought, what a great opportunity just to take something as simple as a plastic piece and making something accessible out of that. I find that, in my head, I thought, others might benefit from these ideas. And it's just kind of a splatter. It's an eclectic, a lot of great information that hopefully one idea can be taken from this and used in your youth library.
Very good.
Mhm. And my name is Denise Bean, and I am the Youth Services Librarian. And just know that if anybody ever has questions, I love visiting others as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out by email. I do want to go over some of our eligibility and in our library, just kind of touch on it a little bit because we are eligible that we do serve the entire state of Iowa, those who are unable to read standard print. Just going over it very quickly, we do take care of blind persons whose visual acuity is 20 over 200. Also, those persons with visual disabilities, if you need corrective lenses, we also take care of you if you're unable to read the standard print. Let's say you're unable to read due to physical limitations, we also take care of you, or just does not have the ability to hold difficult reading standard print items, we also would be more than happy to take care of you. We are located downtown Des Moines. We are located in the Iowa Department for the Blind, and we're been there for a stoic number of years now. Today, we're going to go over some brief topics. I'm going to try to go quickly because I have so much to share with you. We're going to be first touching base on conversational interface of accessible game design and principles to consider. Also, how to adapt and customize a variety of games for your library. I'm going to give you some low prep ideas that work well in group settings or independently, and then just tips for choosing materials that are setup considerations that are my go-to. And then I have some wonderful accessible game resources. I have to tell you, as I was creating ideas for our library, I just kept adding. And I thought I could keep adding a lot more onto all of this. We do get some great resources that are directly asked of us and come into our inbox. And they come directly from our students that have went through our different programs. And I cannot tell you how exciting it is to share this following piece of information with you. This is actually talking about conversational interface of accessible game design. So she invented it, she sent it to us, she asked us to review it, and it has gone done so amazingly well. This program is called, it's AUDEMY explanation point. It is right now, it is something that you would have access to if you click on it. It is free. You can use it within your library space. What is really special about it, it's accessible. And I love it. It has features, all these different features, 2 pages of games, and all of these games are just really easy to navigate. They can be navigated on the computer and iPad. So really, I really strongly urge you to reach out, to check into more of this and check it out. Has math-based games. This would be a great access to summer learning, continued learning. Also send it out as a resource to parents too. It's really for every child that could benefit. It has the audio, the visual, but please do check it out. It's really worth looking at. I want to also make materials that are easy to use. I always want you to think about how easy it is just to enlarge it. It'll take what is standard and then enlarge it. So, choose large print cards. I want to end throughout this presentation today. I've added in an 18 point font, which is considered large print. Anything under 18 point font is usually considered in large print. This is large print font. I do love Arial because it does have terrific contrast. And throughout this whole program, you'll find that Arial is used dominantly. And always think about the jumbo. We love the jumbo dice. I do larger spinners, and magnetic wands are easy for using and picking things up. I try to avoid smaller pieces and just have items available for everyone to use, in a separate bin or whatever it may be. I love dry erase boards. They work great for different situations, just as adding in notes. Some people love to read a quick note, have it available for them, and plus you can do updates very easily. Just a quick touch on the different adapted physical games to think about. If you do have the physical game of hide and seek, I know it's something that you think we physically hide, but what if this time you choose a physical hiding place for that? It's difficult, so kids can hide an object instead of their bodies. Maybe take an object and hide that. Of course, keeping in mind the boundaries to always keep in touch with. Also, love the color and motion bingo. Participants match colors or shapes just with simple adaptable movements that be done. They can be done by just simply being in their seat or standing for some fun. Simon Says is such a terrific game to play that can easily be adapted to so adapted the actions to be inclusive of different abilities. For example, Simon Says wiggle your fingers. Simon Says blink your eyes for wheelchair users, propel forward, roll in a circle. So you can adapt all of that. Instead of I spy games, how about I smell or I touch games? Try that one. That would be a fun avenue to go. Game focusing on sensory experiences. I try not to use the word sensory too much. But sensory scavenger hunts, just create a list of items based on touch, the smellers, the different senses, the smell, the sound, the smell, the sight, or something that's soft, or something that makes a noise, or something that smells sweet. Make it about that experience instead of just what you find physically. But water or sand play is always fun. However, it can get messy, so doing it outside is always the best idea. Play-Doh or clay, love that, where you can take and mold it and move it. It offers a tool like cookie cutters or rolling pins. Musical games, terrific idea. I just sent all of my the ones that are going to be joining for my summer reading program. They all get an egg shaker. I love egg shakers because they're easy to hold. I know that a lot of librarians use those egg shakers, but it really does encourage movement, and it's just even tapping or clapping or tap, any of those things are encouraged. How to adapt and customize a variety of games. I'm going to take you guys on just a really quick journey. Just bear with me if I'm excited to show you some stuff. So here we go. Classic games. Everyone has those classic games that you have in your library. But I want you to think about when you order supplies, you have your supplies. What do you have on hand? For the bulk marbles, I don't know if you guys have marbles or not, but I do love marbles. Anytime that something is underlined, I just want you to know that's a resource that you can grab and go to and order. The bulk marbles are great because they are very large in size. They offer different textures. They have great colors. I recommend if you do marbles, do something that's variety that can be used by just different shapes. Also, dice. I love the Luck Lab dice. They are very large. Also create games and roll and move games. Adapt. It also has indented. It's colorful. They're featured here in the image. They're colored and they're indented in. So they're indented in as well as colored. So you can really talk about different learning complex, even around one dice. Game spinner used for movement or trivia, story prompts. You can adapt that by adding pattern to each one as opposed to just flat surfaces, add pattern. I love the wooden blocks, the Jenga. Everyone probably have a Jenga, but those are just great classics. The Marble Maze Madness game. This is something that you can create physically. I did grab this image. This is one example. I just really like it. Costco does all these great flat boxes with sides. It needs to have a side, something that has a side that comes up to keep those little marbles at bay. But you know what? This is all made out of just the Play-Doh and pieces. But what's nice is for ages 5 to 12, you might need some family help with these. It creates team building and it's fun marble maze. You can redo it and redo it over with different styles and different shapes. This is creatively rolled little snakes that are laid down flat. And then you can talk about make it twist 3 times, including tunnel or ramp. Basically make a nice fun little maze out of it. The supplies you might need, cardboard, paper tubes work good. Love my wiki sticks and of course marbles and then Play-Doh. And this have like an obstacle course that they can race in. This next slide, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with storytelling dice bingo games. So I went on and there's 2 highlighted, the Rory's story cubes. So each are they're story cubes that feature a picture. Now, pictures might be hard to see for some people, or they have a hard time distinguishing them. But maybe with this time you adapt it by just so each player rolls the dice and adds a sentence to the group story based on their role. But you can adapt it too by also providing bingo card creator. You can do a bingo game that ties into it with the picture on it as another option to do that. Describe out loud what it would look like. So number each picture on your bingo card from 1 to 12, and then you roll your dice. The number you roll determines the picture you use to inspire for your next story or add on to your story. So that's just basically that. So the bingo card creator, that you can go there and get access to that. We've done this before in our library and it's a lot of fun. We've made it into like a workshop where we've invited families in and they work together. They create a game board. I do supply them all with a game board flat, and they receive that. They add tactile lines to it also by just adding little strips of lines, border lines that can be done. So they could actually add different pieces to their game. But what's neat about it, they're working together, creating a game, dice made from cardboard cubes or just large dice. But they have to be the inventor of it. Game boards draw on the poster first. Also, clay or felt player pieces are good. And then you have to have the instruction writing station too. We had a great time with this. We had 3 different games that were created out of this, touch and go. And so anyway, it works. It's very creative time. Sensory Minute to Win It. I have featured here an image of different size of these different pom-pom balls. Some are prickly, some are flat, some are large, some are small. So it's a series of just fun, quick games at different stations that you would set up. If you already come in for programming one evening, or even throughout the year for that matter, you can do different stations that are set. So you can do the fuzzy ball scoop, also do the blindfolded shape sort, where they identify the shapes just only by touch. And then match pairs of animals. Like if you have different animals, you got to match them together. And then smell and tell, match scents in the containers and smell. So these are different stations. You might want to time them. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to time them, but it's just kind of a fast-paced game to play. These are abundantly located. We have a ton of these. Any cup would do, but these are something that we already have on hand. But what's nice about these are literary cup. Think of them as their storyteller cups, literary cup stacking game. So the theme of it is basically reading, and then you're going to engineer and put it together. Ages from 4 to 12. So each team would receive a cup, label, book title, or genre or letter. And then you stack that genre up. So each cup would represent a genre or a letter. And then by doing the alphabet stack using book titles, tallest stack without topping. But how you would want to do this is you combine with a read the cup station where kids read the mini book blurbs aloud. And then, so you have your different genres, you talk about the genre, then you stack it up on it and you build it up to tell a story at the top. So each cup can represent part of the story or a chapter in your story. But make sure you dial in on your genre first. This is called the group roll a story game night. These are really great giant foam dice. They're dry erase. I found these on Amazon. So you can put in part of it on the one side. You can write anything on it that you want to. That would tie into a character. So this was going to really bring out their creative writing, and it's going to be a dice game. It's really for all ages. You roll the form dice, and then you could have one being the character, two being the setting, and three being the conflict. But as they roll the dice, they create little short skits. Then they act the skits out if they want to. But I really recommend these really large scented, not scented, but you can do the scented erasable markers on these. They work really good too. Because we're a library and we love books, this is a really neat idea. This book, The Perfect Plan, such a great read. It's beautiful pages are illustrated in each page. But with this one, we're going to make a game out of it. It's called Ruler Game Day. So these are the different ideas that you can do. It's a hands-on game where you're going to measure, match, and moving fun. So you could do race the ruler, so you measure objects around the library, compare results, and then the team's longest or shortest. Also, the book link detective, you can have them measure the different links of books using the ruler. Straight line story, you can actually use a ruler to draw straight lines for a story map by the ruler that you're going to use coming off of this game. And then also a ruler number race, move along the floor. You know, you can work together as a team to make the longest measurement by everyone connecting together. Got all those fun 4 options to do for programming with that one book and rulers. Next one is egg cartons. I love egg cartons. This game here, The Good Egg, I love this book. You can have these games kind of flourish from this. It's called Crack the Word. So you can move letter tokens in the carton to build words on your carton, your egg carton. Also, you can carton dice challenge. You roll a dice and do the task in that numbered cup. Also, toss and talk letters. So you can toss into a letter cup and say a word that starts with that letter. So you can do these 3 ideas from this. Next one, paper clips. Boy, don't we have those on hand. Paperclip Game Quest. This is an adorable book. It's called Paperclip Travels. So you can do without all of everyone is a paperclip story chain. So you link different types of paperclips together. You always want varieties of spice. And then you can build creative story by creating a long one. Also, paperclip puzzle challenge. You can use your paper clips to create shapes, different pictures. Maybe you're talking about a theme of something and they can create a design. Also create shapes or sculptures using paper clips. If you wanted to do something like a makerspace idea, they make great ideas for that. Paperclip word race, race to form as many words as possible using a set number of paper clips. And then, of course, we're going to toss things around. The paperclip toss is a toss paper clips into cups. You can do the red solo cups or red cup into cups and complete a challenge based on where they land. Spoons full of fun and games. If you have spoons on hand, this is a collection of accessibles using the spoons. So you could do a spoon sound match. You can tap your spoons on mystery-filled cups and match the sound to an item. So if you have a cup, inside of it has an item, no peeking, tap on there, and then you got to guess what is in that cup. If there's a bell in there, I think that'll be a sign. Spoon tapping, so tap once for yes or two for no to answer questions, just for fun, play trivia. Another one is spoon sorting race. You can do a sorting spoons for color, texture, label, and matching bins. Oh, we like sound of drumming, spoon drumming, story beat. Tap your spoon when you hear a key word during a read aloud. That's always fun too, because it gets them really listening to what you are saying, because they have to listen for that word. Beach towel game day. Who doesn't love summer and a beach towel? This is a great book. Bubbles up. Bring in your beach towel. Come on in, bring your beach towel in. There's a towel and toss catch. Kids toss. Kids toss a small object like a beanbag or a plush character back and forth using a hand towel. Of course, we want to be in control. This is an outdoor game. Story stretch, so you can use the towel to act out a story movement, like a flying dragon or wave like an ocean wave, maybe flap like a bird. Target towel toss. Say that 3 times. Toss the rolled up hand towels onto numbered spots or themed mats, like a book genre. Also, a towel flip challenge. Step on a towel and try to flip it without stepping off. Toss a towel in a circle. When caught, the player shares a book that they love to answer a book question. Another idea too is race to fold and deliver towels to the laundry basket. Maybe this is good practice for home. I don't know. Creative low prep ideas that work well in groups or settings or independently. Easy prep accessible group games that are really nice to think about. I did grab this information. The resources available at the very end of this. So the Ritz Cracker Down Your Face Challenge, this was been created. I did get this information that was recommended. So the object of this, low prep, just use your face to get a cracker. It's simple and very messy. To get a cracker from your forehead down to your mouth. It would be fun, but messy. The chocolate unicorn game. Okay, so you have to visualize this with your eyes shut if you're going to allow them to eat donuts. So they would make a unicorn donut horn using little mini chocolate donuts. You can opt for different desserts too. The player tilts head back while the other person creates that unicorn on the forehead. Uh, and then bowl on head game. Okay, so the idea for this one is you can put a bowl and then you scoop the marshmallows from a bowl on the table to a bowl on your head. It takes a lot of maneuvering. Pass a wooden spoon with your feet group game. You can try that one out because plastic wooden spoons are the best though. You can do wooden spoons because I love wooden spoons. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Okay, the zip zap sop. That that. So the object of this is you get everyone in a circle. This works great with those that are older, like your older, younger teen. Helps them with their intention and with attention. But you got to pay attention and voice with the voice. Always have students say, so they have to say, but you got to watch the video, but it does have some adult side to it, so you don't want to play it for everyone. Just preview it to know how to do the game. But it moves fast, but it's mainly using the zip, zap, or zap. But watch it, it'll go everything with you. This activity we just created, it's called the Space Needle Factor Fiction Game. This is tying into learning about the Space Needle, but it's got a game feature to it. So kids learn fun facts in the Space Needle through a fast-paced guessing game. So keep in mind, a lot of those that I do serve are done on a virtual plateau, a virtual level. I send everything out ahead of time. But I wanted to connect a STEM element to this game, and all it is using the supplies you already have. So what this game is, before we play it, let's the audience know about the game. So what they do is, so let's blast off to Seattle and play a game called Fact or Fiction Space Needle Edition. And the person reads, so the person reads the sentences, and then all they have to do is say, is it a fact or a fiction, or use fiction or nonfiction tied into the library by thumbs up or thumbs down. There's really no even need for conversation for this. I'm going to take you on a walk down here to the round one questions that are available on this slide if you choose to use them. It has a fact or fiction. And then there also is a round two question slide that is available on this program, on this webinar. This is the activity that I did, the STEM building Space Needle. Part of what's done is always making them guess why and why things happen the way they do. A lot of what I've gotten feedback on in the past is that they enjoy building things. They love to build things, but understanding what they're building is really important. So this is a coffee or a cupcake filler, filter, a holder. Then you just need a one paper towel or a toilet paper roll and one toothpick. So all you have to do is place the paper towel on a real flat tabletop, and then they just add in each layer. And then just ask the group to say a fact about what did you just learn about, because this would conclude your game by doing this STEM activity. You talk about what they learned about by doing the game and tie it into this STEM activity. It really is a full circle activity that you can benefit from. I I love these books. I think they're fantastic. I do have the resource at the very end that ties into the image that is on the top of this. The color wheel game. The color wheel not only provides a color wheel, but the color wheel is more than just the colors. It also includes texture with this by taking the clip from the clothespin clip, and then on top of that, there's a matching element, like each one that has a color, feature color is physically colored, but to match it up to the color on the board, it has a matching item that you can touch it and actually touch it that way. So you place the 24 clothespins in a box or bag, mix them up, and then each player is given one clothespin until there are no more left in each player. So there's different games that you can play on this too. And the player spins a wheel and sees which color they land on. If they have a clothespin in that color, they attach it to that color's triangle, and then they get to go again. So they're all attaching to these different by using their clothespins. If they don't have that color, it's the next player's turn until you're out. This is make your own tactile memory game. We did this together at a workshop. It was fantastic fun. I'm going to say this, I love the wiki sticks. Wiki sticks are wonderful because they are yarn that's dipped down in wax and something else, but they work great. You can stick them and then pull them back up. Also, you can design your own shape, have them design their own shape, creates two tiles. So you have your flat tile. I recommend cardboard with this, just some pre-cut cardboard pieces because they're sturdy. And then they take the wiki sticks, create a shape out of that, but it has to match an identical one that matches it too. And then with this, they match it up. So they've created a game where they match and mix on this, and it works great. I recommend it. We had a lot of good times with it. Plus, they used it for others to use too. So it's something that they pass down. Past literacy gives you great information too. This is also what we did, and you can have better resources by checking on that link, past literacy. Thank you. And then also, if you tap on that, 600 pieces of wax craft sticks. And I do recommend having those in your library. Scented match or smell and tell games are really a terrific idea. Some different ideas that you can use for scents are your spices, but be very careful with your spices. Some are allergic. Different food snacks also have different scents. Candy or scented soaps, and again, be very cautious. And then use cotton balls or Q-tips for the essential oils. As you notice up here is featured just they're plastic bottles. They have holes that are like tapped into it. Also smaller bottles with the tops poked out, they can match the pictures. So there's a variety of ways to add this into your library space. This little boy, he's just a wonderful kiddo. He came in to do programming. He comes in all the time. He loves it. This is called Rock Hunt and Story Stones. And we made story stones in our library. And we had nice flat rocks. And they had glitter on them. We had wiki sticks on them. He did different stories. He spelled his name. Different gaming ideas on there too. He has it on a piece of cardboard because it's drying and we didn't want it to get wet. But those are actually rocks. And we also tied it into learning about the rocks before we learned about why rocks look the way they do. So we tied it into educational experience also. But he cannot wait to come back for more. He's super excited. And it's what is nice is you can do a lot of storytelling with these rocks and the different shapes. Tips for choosing materials and setup considerations. I want you to think about those options. I do have this as my go-to, an item to have available. They do have different varying prices depending on it. You can buy them without the wrapper on them. These are actually large shape jumbo sizes. I just think having crayons that don't roll off the table is nice to have available also. They're triangle shaped, so like I said, anything that's underlined, you'll have access to it. Another item that we have is the scented markers. The washable scented markers are always part of our stash. We've had where you can order multiples of them at a very inexpensive price. And I recommend this also as a staple. Clipboard aid in programming. I do think clipboards truly come in handy. These are colorful clipboards because with this, you might decide to do programming with it. What is nice about these, they're very portable. It allows for flexible seating. For even outdoor programs, you can take a clipboard with you. Also, they're very lap friendly, so those that are coming maybe in wheelchairs or floor seating, it allows for them to do the activity on their lap. And also that it allows for adaptability because if you got to pull it up close to kind of see it better, it is available to do that. It acts as another opportunity for them. Also, you want to reduce all the paperwork, put it in there. Put it in that put it in that holder, and it's just very quickly organized and set up for you also. But you can do fun games with the different colors of colors. For example, it's called the Clipboard Color Quest game. I know we use the word quest a lot, but we're always on a quest. You can assign tasks by color. So for example, listen to this. Okay, so each participant chooses or is given a clipboard of a certain color. And then I also allow at the very bottom where you can click on that and order in those colorful clipboards I just showed you. So the red is art tasks, the blue is your book search, your yellow is your puzzle or riddle, and then your green is movement or sensory activity. So you're going to have all these different setups for them to do. So in order to complete the task, they complete the activity on their clipboard, and then they can add it into their clipboard, their task as being completed. So they can draw or finding a book title, answering a riddle, all on their clipboard. And then, or switch and repeat. After finishing, they exchange the clipboards with someone else, and they can add on to it, or return to the task station to try a new color. So that's one of the ideas that you can use with your colorful clipboards, as well as do all those other things with it. Outside games. This is also recommend accessible game balls. This one's really truly, I want to show you how it has holes in it. The hole grips are nice and it's foam. So what's nice about a foam and the hole grips is you can grab it easily. It's easily grabbed. It's squishy. It doesn't hurt if you get hit in the head with it. And then there's some that have balls in it too. But I really, really love this foam ball. So that's a consideration. Storage lids. Oh my gosh, yeah, even a storage lid works really good too. A storage lid. Why it works, you get leftover storage lids. Why it works, so you can raise edges to help keep small items in, like beads and buttons. It works as a great station. Also, you're able to stack them. Okay, and then choose the right size. Okay, so standard plastic bin lids, like shoe boxes or sweater, work well for individual stations, or use larger ones, maybe work as a group activity. You can use them with the color codes, use different lids for different activity zones or age groups. Also, the non-slip option, so you can place a silicone mat or piece of non-stick inside the liner to keep it more stable. Plus, grab your marbles, because you know on that inner lip part of it too, you can use the underside for sorting small parts too. Or yeah, place some marbles in that lid, and then you can now turn it into the marble race, the marble game. Muffin tin uses. I love muffin tins. I used to use them as a braille cell. However, I find I'm using them a lot more for other things. These are great for sorting game pieces. They're great for organizing. They're stackable and just getting ready for programming prep work. Setup for checklist. We're getting through this. Thank you so much for your patience. The setup checklist. Kind of go through these a little bit. Just make sure easy, clean surfaces. Great for messy project. Ideas: laminated tablecloths are really well. Reusable silicone mats. Also, color coded or section tables helps organize materials and guide them. Use different colored tablecloths replacements to divide the different activities. Painter's tape is good too for creating borders or work zones, plus it's easily removed. Support kids with benefit the sensory friendly surfaces too. Keep in mind how things feel when we touch it. Ideas: all felt maps, foam tiles, non-slip textured surfaces are to keep in mind to lay them down over that so they can work from that. Also, adaptive ready setup, allow for space for wheelchairs, walkers or different heights. Adjustable heights, keep that too. Clipboard on trays or lap desk also work really good. Prep stations, marble prep stations. Materials, I got marbles on the mind. Material prep stations too work good. So keeps supplies available. Use bins or trays at each table, have them all ready to go. Set up rolling carts with wheels on it nearby, if you have those, and place a sample or instruction card at each table. Accessible game resources. So this is a family game night. This is also a resource that came in from a parent that was recommended. I'm sharing with all of you. It's called Build a Better Book. It's an accessibility resource. You just have to click on it. In this image that's provided, it does have raised edges that are provided in between each of the game pieces, the checker game piece, and it helps to keep them in place if you're working with somebody that's wiggly or whatever it may be. I do like that idea. It works good. Just include that kind of a roll line there, so keep it raised. The resources, we celebrate Camp Week at your library, get a jump start. These are the different places that you can go and check and click on. Check all of those out. I did kind of topple over some of them. One idea too, Great Expectations, really is a just super idea to go. The chaos and the clutter. all available for you to check out. I want to thank you so much for coming today and being a part of this. Those that spent your time today, appreciate it. I also want to show you too, if ever you want to access anything that would be, I can be a support to your library. Those that need additional resources that for large print or audio version, such as those individuals that are older that are in nursing homes, we do free. It's all by mail. I would access them to that. There is a link here where you can scan or your code for overview of the eligibility categories, but also I can help you out too. Just connect with me with any of this information. I'd be happy to help you. You can follow us on all of these different areas here. And I want to thank you for being here. My information's on there. I would love to come see you. Hey, ask me, I'll come see you. So just ask me. I'll come over and visit you.
Thank you so much, Denise. This was always just a whirlwind. And I think for me, it's sometimes encouraging to think that kids in our libraries that may be blind or low vision, and you can jump in, please, and correct me, but they're going to have fun with some of these, like a play catch with a beach towel
Yeah.
kind of game seems like something we
Yes.
would not want to try. But there are ways you can do it, maybe, involve caregivers a little more. There are
Yeah,
different ways um, you can still make this fun for everybody. So,
absolutely.
thank you for that encouragement. And I love some of the, even just the really simple things like instead of having small dice, have big dice.
Mhm.
It took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to think through why you kept talking about these scented markers. Um, because I was like, what is Denise is really into smelling her markers. I could not get my head wrapped around it. But of course, this is another way to help people who may be blind or low vision or have color recognition issues to tell markers apart, I imagine. Do I have that right?
Yeah, it's funny, Sam, I didn't mention the spur wheel.
Oh, we got through a whole Denise webinar and no mention of us, but now you
I
have mentioned
know.
it, so you better explain it for us.
Yeah, the spur wheel, it creates lines, tactile lines on any paper from the
Mhm.
backside. It works great to outline cartoon images and for your children to color within the lines. It's great.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's another thing, great thing just to have around to, um, yeah, for on those days you're maybe doing something that's like a more
Yeah.
coloring oriented or more of a
Yeah.
craft. It's a really great way to involve kids kids that may not be able to see in some of this
Yeah.
see the same way. All right, I am multitasking. I got a new name to type in our attendance list here. We did have one question about the Automy game that you mentioned. Someone was
Oh,
looking for the link
yes.
for that, and
Okay.
we may have to follow up with you by email. Um, this was a question from Walnut Library. We may have to follow up with them by email. So, Walnut, feel free to reach out to Denise
Yeah.
directly. I'm having trouble getting the site to come up, so I wonder if it maybe has moved to a new URL or if it's been shut down
Yeah. Let me,
temporarily or something. But
I
send a
wonder if
note
I
if
go
that's
somewhere
something you're
different, it's
interested
going to
in.
stop being. Yeah, please do. I will send you all the information on that because it really is fun and she wants it to get out there and she wants it to be shared with others. And please do, please do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just in the library yesterday. This is Grinnell Library if you're in the area, but they have added to their library an entirely accessible workstation. So it has an adjustable height
Hey.
desk, has the large format keyboard with some of the color indicators, and it has, all of the assisted screen reader devices pre-installed on it. So like that was a really high tech, I imagine, sort of resource intensive thing to add
Yeah.
into the library. Anyone can go see it. But
Well,
these are
that's
just some really great ideas for things that we have around or may already be doing with a game themed summer in our library this year
yeah, I
that we
love
can
it.
do. So now, what is summer reading? Do you guys do a summer reading program with your patrons? What does that look like for you?
We do, yeah, it's intense. It's There are a total of there are a total of 28 events. Each week we do join virtually. I do send all the materials out ahead of time. Everything's going to tie into a game that is accessible. I was, like I said, I'm creating, I'm thinking, oh, these guys could have used this. They could have used this. They could have used this. And it ties into learning. It's chunked out into three different areas. Yeah, it's very planned. I invite guests in once a week. We actually, the first week, we have a game inventor coming in. He invented a
Oh,
game that is going to visit with everyone that is accessible, and he's a professional. I'm very excited to meet him. But it's everything is themed. I love what iReads does. I love it. I think a lot of ideas stem from there, and I just think it's terrific. I love learning from, but it's always it's shared, accessible, large print, tactile,
mhm.
um, but it's for everyone, basically.
Well, and one of my favorite sort of highlights for me that you mentioned was the color wheel, where I noticed
Yeah.
like on yellow there's a kernel of corn on the
Hmm.
clothespin and on the wheel, and so this is so helpful for all kids to be thinking
Yeah.
about, not only that color and shape recognition, but also just, there are different ways of interacting with the world to
Yeah.
learn the things I want to learn. So I love that for a, early preschool, early childhood kind of game. I think that's a
I
lot of fun.
agree. I agree.
Um,
It works out great.
if we need help adding Braille translations to any of our programs, is that something that your library can help with?
Yeah, just reach out. Connect to me. I'm a Braille transcriber, and connect with me through email and let me know. I would be more than happy to help.
Because I think we've
I love
even
our public library so much, and I think what you do is, I just really feel like you're a connection to the community, and I appreciate all you do.
we've even talked before about getting Braille transcriptions for your story walks. I
Hmm.
know is something
Yeah,
that we've done, and that's probably something a lot of libraries are gearing up for
they
this summer
are.
as well. And not only your low
Yes.
vision children, but anyone in a family now, grandpas and grandmas can enjoy the
Mhm.
story a little more as well. So
Yeah, we
very
have over a
good.
hundred story walks created, actually,
Oh,
that are accessible. 100. And they continue to add all the time. I have a list of
yes.
them now that are waiting for them to be, and they love it. They get positive feedback.
I bet. I can't imagine otherwise. Well, I haven't seen any other questions come through. I have seen a number of people saying, thank you so much.
Oh,
Excited to use
good.
these ideas. And we have recorded today's webinar as well. So whether you're watching this here in advance of the Level Up at Your Library summer reading or another getting ready for any other type of programming at your library, lots of great ideas here and lots of things to consider for sure. So thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Denise, and
You're
thank you everyone for
welcome.
joining us, and we
Thank
will
you.
see you next time.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.